Hey, internet. So, we're iced in. So we're going to have some fun with this while we wait for the ice to thaw so we can go places. Now, a lot of people, what they'll do is they will go from like white to yellow, right? But the truth is you can go from any one side to any other side. So what we can do is this time we can let's just pick a different color. Maybe we'll like look at it. Maybe we go from like orange to red, right? So what I'm gonna do is so there's orange and there's red. So what I want to try and do is I want to try and get an orange cross on this side, but maybe I'll get a orange daisy over here first. Kind of take a peek. Oh, wait, no, I don't really need to do the daisy. I can just do this. Okay, so I've got a line here, and I've got, where's my other oranges? Okay, so this one is down on the bottom. So if I rotate it around, it's backwards. But if I come back 90 degrees and twist it, now it's there. And I've got one more wherever you are, there you are. So like I said, it's upside down. If it's upside down, right, or backwards, come down half a turn. Bam, there we go, right? So now we have a orange plus. These are already kind of maybe in the right position. I don't know yet. They're on the right side, but I don't know if they're in the right position. Okay, so now what I need is, I need to finagle these four pieces, make sure they're correct. That's wrong and that's wrong, that's correct and that's correct. Okay, so what I gotta do is I gotta flip yellow and orange and blue and orange, right? These two, I need to flip them. So what we're gonna do is, if you're facing it, right there, you're going to essentially go, hey, up and over, down and over, up, back twice and down, and that should, it did. It got these two dudes flipped. So now all four of the crosses are correct. And I've lost these along the way, the corners, that doesn't matter. I wanna get this first. So now I can solve the four corners, right? There's a couple of ways that you can actually do this. So there's a way, if you know you've got your orange ones in all your corners and they're just not in the right corners, you can do a fun little thing where you can wiggle them all around the top, like rotate them. We're not gonna do that, but I'm just saying. There's like a couple of different ways you can like solve this once you start figuring it out. But what you do is we're gonna get white and green and orange. White and green and orange. So this is going to, yeesh. Have to do this a couple of times, right? I'm gonna go up and over, down and back. And it's there, but it's backwards, up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back. Do it one more time, up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back. Now it's in the right place. Okay, it really is very straightforward. Up and over, down and back, up and over. Like a lot of it, where it's unlock and then up and over, down and back, and then relock it. So now we're gonna get this corner. It's gonna be yellow, green, and orange. So if I'm looking for yellow, green, and orange, there it is, yellow, green, and orange. Now, what I can do is I can try and put it there. So I'm gonna go up and over, down and back, and it's in the wrong spot, or in the wrong orientation. So we'll do it twice again, and ta-da, there you go. And if you hadn't figured it out, that little doodad spins this thing around. So if I do it twice, it'll spin it once. If I do it 4 times, it'll spin it twice. If I do it 6 times, it'll spin it a third time. So you're either spinning it once or twice or 3 times to get the orientation correct. That's really all it is. It's not really stressful at all. So now I've got blue, yellow, and orange. Blue, yellow, and orange. Excellent. This is going to be really helpful. This is on the outside, so that'll come to the bottom. This is facing us, and it's going to match, and so it'll come here, and that means yellow will end up over here. So let's check it out. Up and over, down and back. And just like I said, there it is, right? Perfect. So they're like little visual clues of the orientation that you can kind of pick up over time. Let's do orange and blue and white. It's already in the right spot, but we got to reorientate it, right? Up and over, down and back. And now this time it's going to happen because white is matching here. Orange is going to come underneath and blue will end up over here. So up and over, down and back. And now we've solved the bottom. Okay, now we're gonna go and we're gonna solve the middle, right? So I want to line all these puppies up. Blue, white, green, yellow. So what I do is I kind of take a look and say, hey, what do I have up here that needs to live down here? I've got white and blue, which should live here. And I've got blue and yellow, which should live here. So I'm going to be ejecting this one and this one. Right? Here we go. So I'm going to move this one here. Okay. So I move it away from where I want it, right? And then I do the fun little up and over, down and back. And then I rotate it up and over, down and back. And now I've fixed this and brought this down, right? Bam, easy peasy. All right, now I need the blue and yellow, which is right here. So I'm gonna start on yellow and we're putting it here, right? Blue and yellow, it's gonna go here. So I'm gonna go away from where I want it. And then I'm gonna go up and over, down and back, rotate, up and over, down and back, and now bam, there it is. Okay, so I've got those 2 sides done. Now I gotta fix green and yellow, and that means all I gotta do right here is flip it around. So what you have to do is you have to eject it out and then reinstall it correctly. So it doesn't matter which one of these, we can use any of these, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's just use this one. Right, so up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back. And we've ejected it properly. Oops, I accidentally pulled that one out. So here we go. Now we're gonna put it back in. Where are we? Yellow to green, right? So we're putting this puppy here, right? So we go away, and then up and over, down and back, rotate it up and over, down and back. And now both of the bottom 2 layers are solved, okay? It's that straightforward. We're not getting freaked out. This is all about attention span and sticking to the process. Okay, now up here, right, we're gonna try and make a red cross, right? And then we're gonna solve the corner. So the first thing we gotta do is solve a red cross. So what you wanna do is, if you have this little doodad, you wanna put it away from you. And it doesn't really matter. But basically, after you do this little routine, you'll have a little red line. And if you do it another time, you'll get the cross. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do it twice, all in the same lock, unlock, right? So what we're gonna do is we're going to, see if I gotta remember how I do it. So we, I think we're gonna unlock it, okay? And then we're gonna go up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back, and then we're gonna relock it. Boop. And by unlocking it and relocking it, we keep that the same, right? And we've got our cross up there, okay? Now, we line these puppies up to see if they don't match. So now let's see, I've got white and green and white and green and yellow. Oh man, like this is big trouble right here. So what I'm gonna have to do is, so annoying. So I've got to like figure out, so they're all just jumbled up in the wrong side. Yeah, right? Like none of them are matching. Doesn't matter where I twist it, I don't even get two of them matching properly. If they do, they're across from each other. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to do a couple of switcheroos to try and move them. So what I wanna do is, like let's say I've got yellow and, no, I don't wanna move yellow. I wanna move like white and blue. Here we go. So I've got white and blue and they're opposite. And I've got yellow and green and they're opposite. So if I do this little move that we did at the beginning, right, we're gonna switch these two pieces right here. And we go up and over, down, over one more time, up, back twice, and down. And now these two have switched. Perfect. Now I've got to do it again to switch these two, okay? So we go up and over, down, over one more time, up, back twice, and down, right? So, ta-da. Oh my gosh. That side is fixed, but the corners are wrong. Oh, we're so close. Okay. Now, so what I gotta do is, so that one's correct. That one is not correct. That one is not correct. And that one is not correct. So one is correct. So now, what I got to do is I need to do a little thing that swaps these puppies around. So we're gonna go over and up, and back and up, over and down and back and down. And now this is correct still. That's correct corner, that's correct corner. Now they're all they're all four in the correct corners, right? So that one's already solved. So this is basically done, and we're gonna essentially get right here to solving these three corners. So we're gonna start there, and we're gonna come here. So now you just do your same little doodad, up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back. Quarter turn underneath, do it some more, up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back. There we go. So this should be the last one, quarter turn, okay? Up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back. Ta-da. And that's it. So anyway, I'm taking you through solving this again and again. I'm just gonna keep solving it again and again from any direction. Yeah, so essentially there's like 4 different like algorithms or whatever that you're gonna want to practice over and over again. So on the right, so with your right hand, it would be like up and over, down and back, right? That would be one algorithm. Or with your left hand, it could be up and over, down and back, right? So you do it on either side for facing you. Up and over, up and over, down and back, or up and over, down and back, right? That's the big bulk of it. And I'm not solving anything right now. I'm showing you the moves of what you're doing. I'm actually just jumbling up the cube while I'm showing you what the physical moves are. So, but it's good if you're just sitting there, up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back. So if you just get into the habit of, 1, 2, 3, 4, up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back, right? that'll really go a long way. Now, one of the other algorithms you have, if you're trying to like solve the second row, is it's kind of a double combination. You go twist it away, up and over, down and back, quarter turn, up and over, down and back, right? And that's how that would work. Or you can do it the other direction, turn it away, and you go up and over, down and back, quarter turn, up and over, down and back. So that's the physical pattern of what you're trying to do. And then you've got your third algorithm, which would be if you're trying to like flop these two squares, right? You'd up and over, down over a second time, up, back twice, and then down. And then these two have been swapped, right? So that's that idea. And then when you're trying to move then there's two more, right? There's the unlock, and then up and over, down and back, and then relock. That is how you are trying to get a cross up on the top. And then the last one to solve the corners is over and up, back and up, over and down, back and down, right? Over and up, back and up, over and down, back and down. That'll basically rotate the corners up here. And then underneath, you're just coming to solve them with an up and over, down and back, a quarter turn to the next one that's unsolved, and then a quarter turn to the next one that's unsolved. And that's it. Those are all the moves, right? So if you can just learn those moves in sequence for what you're trying to do, that'll really go a long way. Now, I understand I'm not using any of the terminology. I'm not using any of the, I'm not using any, you don't need terminology. That's the point. Terminology is like super nerdy. What you need to do is understand just a couple of what the algorithm moves are and understand where you're trying to move like one cube bit to another cube bit, right? I'm trying to get this down here. How do I do it? If I'm trying to get this over here, or switch these, or cycle through the corners. You know, once you start to understand, you know, the overall concept of it, it really is just, it's child's play. It's super fun. So now, while I was showing you all those maneuvers, it's now all messed up. So I guess I can maybe just try and solve it one more time while we're doing it. Who cares? It's a 30-minute video, right? So I'm just looking at this. The green is already almost has a cross. So let's just try and solve from green to blue. How about that? So where are you? Oh, there. Okay, so I've got a green cross, very quick, right? And now they're already all lined up, so that's good. Now I just gotta solve the four corners. So I'm looking for orange, white, green. Orange, white, green. There's that. Orange, white, green. Up and over, down and back. Oops. Up and over, down and back. I think I messed up. Orange, white, green. Orange, green. Okay, yeah, that's right. So orange, white, green, up and over, down and back. So there it goes. And then I'm gonna solve this corner, which is white, red, and green. White, red, and green. Where's white, red? Oh, it's in the wrong spot. I need to lift it up. Okay. So now white, red, and green will live there. There we go. This one will work. Over, down, and back. Now it's matched up. Okay. Now I've got two more little corners to fix right here, which is yellow, red, and green. Yellow, red, and green. That's it. Cool. And yellow, red, and green. So up and over, down, and back. So now it's there. Okay. And then I've got one more, which is yellow, orange, and green. And we're just gonna move it down here. Now we gotta do it one more time to flip it around. Nope. And we're gonna have to do it one more time. And this will be the last one. We're gonna go up and over, down and back. And now the bottom layer is solved. Okay, so that's it. And then we're gonna solve the middle layer. Okay, so I've got my orange to yellow. So I go away and then up and over, down and back. And then a half turn, up and over, down and back. And now it's there. I need to move my white orange from here to here. So I'm gonna move it away. I'm gonna go up and over, down and back. And up and over, down and back. And now it's there. Now we just got one more, which is red and yellow. So I'm gonna move it from here to here. So I go away, up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back. And now the bottom two layers are solved. Okay, and then we'll just solve the top real quick and we'll end the video. And basically I don't have anything fun happening up here. I've got to figure out how to get a blue cross up here, right? So I'm gonna unlock it and I'm gonna do my relock it. I think it'd be better if I have it over here, like away from me. That's what I'm guessing. So I'm gonna say unlock one more time, up and over, down and back, up and over, down and back, and relock it. We're all good under here. And we have the blue cross, and it's blue and that's backwards. So red and white are backwards and these two are backwards. So I've got to do my little algorithm to flip those. If we can remember what that is up and over, back, over one more time, up, back twice, down. Those two are fixed. Now I got to do it again to get these two fixed. So I go up and over, down, over again, up, back twice, down. And now all four of the crosses are lined up correctly. Now I just gotta put the four corners in the right spot before we solve them for the final solve. And are any of these even close? I don't think so. It doesn't matter. So you're just gonna go up and over, back and up, down. All right, so what do we got now? We have any that are in the right spots? Yes, white, this one's in the right spot. So we'll leave this in the right side, lock this one down, so to speak. So we're gonna go one, what is it? Up, back, up, down, down, bam. Okay, so now all four of them are in the right. These two are oriented correctly. I only have to solve these two. Ta-da! So let's just start here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, quarter of a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And there it is. Bam. That's it. All right, 25 minutes. There you go. I'll just keep posting on it. If you have any questions, give me a shout. Peace.